Severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia on Dr. Don's Weather is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance Agent Jamie Dukas, East Alabama Bee Company, and is brought to you in part by Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Way Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. Now, from the Alpha Weather Center, here's Dr. Don.
Well, good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Welcome to your Friday afternoon edition of severe weather coverage. Here on Dr. Don's Weather, we do have the possibility of severe weather across East Alabama and West Georgia. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. The National Weather Service is issuing a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued, and we'll put this out there for you right now. This is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Talladega County in east central Alabama, Calhoun County in east central Alabama, eastern Etowah County, St. Clair County, and southern Cherokee County. This warning is in effect until 6 p.m. this evening. At 5:21, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Ballplay to near Raglan to Leeds, moving to the southeast at 35 miles per hour. The hazard with this storm is 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and penny-sized hail. Again, that is a severe thunderstorm warning, now in effect until 6 p.m. this evening for northern Talladega, Calhoun, eastern Etowah, St. Clair, and southern Cherokee counties of north central Alabama. And that's going to be for this thunderstorm complex that we see here on the radar screen, those storms that stretch from just north of Gadsden down to just north of Center Point, back over toward the Birmingham area. So we're going to take the composite off, and we're going to go over here and hit the Birmingham radar. And this is going to give us a little better look at this. And we're also going to take the watches off. That makes it a little easier to see. And let's do the special weather statements. We'll take those off as well. All right, so you see the orange there. That is the area that is under the severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued by the National Weather Service. So this is going to be moving in the general direction of some of our counties here in East Alabama. It does get northern Talladega. It does get Calhoun, which are both in our coverage area. So next in line would be Cleburne, potentially Clay, and maybe Randolph. And then over in Georgia, that would be Carroll and Hurd that would be in line for the possibility of seeing a severe thunderstorm warning in the next hour or so because of this line of thunderstorms. So heads up there for all of our northern East Alabama and northern West Georgia counties that we cover here on Dr. Don's Weather. Zoom out and kind of give you a look at what's happening area-wide. We've got a lot of thunderstorms across North Alabama. We've got a pretty big mess going on over here in Atlanta. We have a flash flood warning and a severe thunderstorm warning that's currently in effect for downtown Atlanta. We're being told that they are approaching 2 inches of rainfall in downtown Atlanta. And, of course, with all the concrete and the drainage problems that Atlanta has, you get 2 inches of rain in a relatively short period of time, and you have a lot of flooding problems. So they have issued a flash flood warning primarily for downtown Atlanta. And we understand that there is some street-level flooding taking place there. If you're traveling over to Atlanta tonight, probably not a good idea. The storm's moving really slow, so they could pick up another inch or so before this storm moves out. And look behind it, back up here around Dallas, we have more storms training in the same locations. So really a serious situation developing in downtown Atlanta at this hour with the flooding. And as we look a little further east in Georgia, over there near Covington or between Covington and Madison, right right along I-20. Another very strong thunderstorm there just north of New Bern that's causing possibly some flash flooding also. Of course, torrential rainfall and some dangerous lightning with these storms this afternoon, much like what we saw yesterday across portions of Georgia and parts of North Alabama. But again, I wanted to give you a heads up on this severe thunderstorm warning just issued over in Alabama. If you're in places like Jacksonville, Anniston, Talladega, Piedmont, this storm is going to be moving through your area in the next 30 to 45 minutes. And the main threat with this storm is gusty straight-line winds of in excess of 60 miles per hour and possibly some small hail with these storms as well. We saw a lot of damage yesterday, primarily across Georgia from thunderstorms very similar to what we're seeing form in Alabama and parts of Georgia again today. So please take thunderstorm warnings, take them serious, folks. I know a lot of times the only way you get people's attention is when you mention the T word, and I'm talking about tornado. These type setups in the summertime typically don't produce tornadoes, but they do produce microbursts or damaging straight line winds that can cause just as much damage as a low-end tornado can cause. So I don't understand what the fascination with tornadoes is here. You got to take severe thunderstorm warnings as serious as you do tornado warnings, because they can bring that 80-foot southern pine down across your house just like a tornado does. Even in tornado situations, most damage comes from flying debris and trees. It doesn't come from the tornado itself unless you take a direct hit, and odds of that happening to any one particular home are slim, very slim, because tornadoes are generally only a couple of hundred yards wide, or the destruction path is anyway. So you got to understand that damaging straight-line winds from severe thunderstorms are just as significant as tornadoes are, and you got to take that very seriously. If you live in a mobile home, you need to have somewhere else to go when you go under a severe thunderstorm warning. Certainly when you go under a tornado warning, you got to have somewhere else to go, folks. A mobile home just is not conducive for the type of destruction that 60-plus mile-per-hour winds can cause. Maybe a 60-mile-per-hour wind doesn't necessarily in itself damage a mobile home, but that tree that's sitting out there in your front yard will split a mobile home in two. And if you happen to be sitting, on the couch or in the bed where that tree falls, it's going to be a bad day. So you got to have a plan for these type of events and know what that plan is, and be weather aware and be ready to execute that plan to protect yourself and your family when we get into these type of events. So that's what's going on. This is going to continue for several more hours. I think probably into the 8, 9, maybe even 10 p.m. hour before we start to see any significant degrading of these storms or weakening of these storms as we start losing the heating of the day. It's still hot at night. I mean, it's just, we're in the middle of summer. It's hot outside. So that's what's fueling these storms, and it's going to take a minute to lose that heat and for these storms to start fading away. So I know I'm going to be getting questions. How about Clay? How about Randolph? What about Heard County? What about LaGrange? LaGrange has got a thunderstorm down there right now. It's not severe, and that's why I haven't talked a whole lot about it, but it is a strong thunderstorm from downtown LaGrange down into northern Harris County. It just came through the Lynette Valley area. It's out there on I-85, just east of the Kia plant maybe. It's headed toward Pine Mountain. There is lightning. There is torrential rainfall. There's gusty wind. There may be some small hail involved in this particular thunderstorm as well, down on the southern end of Troup County. That stuff coming through downtown LaGrange is spotty and is not severe. And even the storm part down there just to the east of Lynette is not severe by definition at the moment. The National Weather Service is watching that cell for you very closely. And, of course, if they issue a warning, we'll pass it along to you here on Dr. Don's Weather. The big concern at the moment is this Boeing line or Boeing segment of thunderstorms moving into Calhoun, extreme southern Cherokee, Calhoun, northern Talladega, that will continue moving off to the east, southeast this afternoon, and a dangerous flooding setup taking place in downtown Atlanta at this hour. So let me run over here to the chat room and see if we have any comments or questions. Just got on. What about Valley and Opelika? Yeah, I just told you there. You just had a heavy thunderstorm move through. It's off to your east now, and it's moving away from you. We'll watch and see if any of this stuff back up toward Anniston makes it that far south down there around LaGrange. One good thing for Troup County, especially central and southern Troup, you've got that thunderstorm out there right now, which is below severe limits, and it's raking over the atmosphere pretty good. So that may help you later on when that main line gets down into your neck of the woods. Let's see. Hey, Chad, good to see you in here tonight. Paige Roberts, what about Lafayette? Lafayette's good right now. You got a little cloud coverage out there, but the storm, you may be hearing some thunder and seeing some lightning off to your southeast from downtown Lafayette. That's that storm over there by the Kia plant moving away from you. The next closest storm is way up there around Anniston, Alabama, and time will tell whether that will make it down into the Chambers County area or not. Hey, Kathy, thank you. There's Miss Cecilia, the mayor of downtown Pennon. Good to see you, Miss Cecilia. Let's see here. Hey, Karen. Good to see you in here. Ann, watching from Tin Shop. There's Jamie Dukas. Y'all need to get in touch with Jamie. He can save you some money. Put some change back in your pocket so you can go eat your steak dinner tonight. All you got to do is call him. We tell you that every single morning. Hey, Diane. Yeah, y'all see a post that's scrolling there in the chat room. Upload weather pics here. We're trying a couple of different things that we're testing. A couple of different ideas and possible ways to share your weather pics. So that's what that's all about. Let's see here. What else have we got? Pine Mountain. You got a pretty good little thunderstorm coming your way, Pine Mountain. That's that storm that's between 85 and I-185, southern Troup, northern Harris, that's coming directly at downtown Pine Mountain. So heads up. It's not severe at the moment, and it's not extremely large, but it's a pretty potent thunderstorm. So heads up on that one. I don't know if it's going to get bad down there, Candace. I know that the possibility certainly exists that it could. You could have a strong thunderstorm down there before this evening is over with. I'll turn the severe thunderstorm watch box back on, and I'll zoom out a bit. And so every county that is inside that flashing orange line is covered under a severe thunderstorm watch that goes out until 8 p.m. this evening. That would get everybody in our coverage area with the exception of Lee County. So Cleburne, Calhoun, Talladega, Clay, Randolph, Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chambers, Carroll, Heard, Troup, Harris, and Coweta, and we'll throw Meriwether in there. You're all covered under that severe thunderstorm watch that goes until 8 p.m. this evening. Let me double check my. Let's see here. Well, I don't know why I'm getting one from New York. Let me try something different here. Weather Service has got some hiccups going on again. Good grief. Their data is jacked up. I think it goes till 8 p.m. I wouldn't expect it to go any later than 9 or 10 p.m. Because I think even if it is scheduled to go longer than that, they'll start cutting counties off as soon as this stuff starts dying down. So I think 8 or 9 o'clock is as long as we're going to see this severe thunderstorm watch. But anyway, there you go. That's what we're looking at. Severe thunderstorm warning up here across portions of our counties. And then that severe thunderstorm watch going out till around 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. And it looks like to me, maybe they just trimmed. Let me see. I'm having to double check and confirm what's showing up on our screen because there are data issues going on again this evening. Looks like they just canceled that severe thunderstorm warning coming into Talladega County. Let me confirm that one other way here. Well, I'm still showing it active on the National Weather Service site. All right, so the severe thunderstorm watch for the Alabama counties goes out until 12 a.m. Central. So the watch goes out until 12 a.m. I don't think it'll ever last that long. I think they'll cancel it well before midnight. And the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 6 p.m., even though we've lost the polygon on our screen, which is controlled by the National Weather Service or their data, showing it's still active on the National Weather Service site. All right, so we're going to run over here and confirm some stuff and take a look at some data. And we will be back in just a few moments, and we will continue with our coverage. So stay with us. Severe weather coverage on Dr. Don's Weather continues. It is Friday, July 21st, 2023, coming up on 5:40 p.m. We'll be back in just a few moments with more information.
Severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia on Dr. Don's Weather is powered by Southern Union State Community College, Alpha Insurance Agent Jamie Dukas, East Alabama B Company, and is brought to you in part by Southern Auction Solutions, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Genesis Way Clinic in Roanoke, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, Auction 431 South, Town of Wadley, and Bama Diesel Repair. We will continue to monitor the latest weather conditions across the area and return with updates as conditions warrant. This is Dr. Don's Weather,